Hey there guys, how's it going? I'm here today with Laura.
Hi.
And Laura, what are we here for?
We are here because I finally have over 500 dragons from Magic the Gathering.
Excellent. So we're just going to show them off. You're going to talk about some of your favorites.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to talk about some that you want in the future. Take it away.
Alright. So we start on a nearly empty page.
Yep.
But this is Dragon Whelp from Revised.
Revised, yeah.
He is the earliest dragon that we have, and he starts the binder off.
He might be a little bit lonely for a while. Because in here we have, Dragon Whelp and Shivan Dragon from Alpha, Beta, Unlimited. It's Dragon Whelp and Shivan Dragon from Alpha, Beta, Unlimited, Collector's Edition, and International Collector's Edition.
Yeah, so he might be lonely for a bit.
He might get some other Dragon Whelp friends. It might be a little while before he gets some Shivan Dragon friends.
Probably. Alright. So, the next big thing we have is this Nalathi dragon.
Yeah.
He was from both a magazine and a convention, right?
The convention first caused a lot of problems. People were not happy that there was a special card you could only get by going to convention, so they re-released it in a magazine to make it easier to get. And for a long time, Magic had the rule that any promos had to be reprints from sets. You couldn't do unique promos. And they kept that going up until just a couple of years ago.
Yeah. We're pretty sure that mine is the one from the magazine, though it is very hard to tell.
Yeah. And the card isn't unique in any way between the magazine and the tournament. The only way you can really tell is a lot of the times the magazine ones have a very, very faint outline of the glue mark on the back where they were held to the magazine. So what's over here?
So these guys are the Elder Dragons. They're pretty much the original commanders, right?
Yeah, Commander was originally called Elder Dragon Highlander, and it was, you had to pick one of the 5 original Elder Dragons to use.
So we have 3 of them over here, but I have all 5 from Chronicles.
Which is the reprint.
So I have all 5 nice and together.
Yeah.
And I think they're a really nice set to have.
Hopefully they'll pick up the other 2 of those before too much longer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What's on the next page?
Some cool stuff. Lots of fiery dragons. I do like some of these guys over here that aren't just in red.
Yeah. Dragons are Red's iconic creature in Magic, so Red is going to get the most dragons by far.
But all the different ones are special as well.
Yeah. There's a few of those dragons are on the reserve list, but I can't actually remember which ones off the top of my head.
So on this page, we have this guy who's pretty special, the Zodiac Dragon. He's, I think, the dragon I've spent the most money on. I say I.
Dragon I've spent the most money on. Yeah. He was actually relatively cheap for a Zodiac Dragon. I mean, he's not in amazing condition, so he was only about 100 euros, I think it was.
Okay.
But that's still, I think it's more than we've spent on any other individual dragon.
Yeah. And he is more common in other languages, but the English one is pretty rare to see.
Yeah, Portal 3 Kingdoms was released primarily in Chinese and Japanese because it's based on Asian culture, and the English print run was a lot smaller.
And with Magic, you can play cards from any language.
Yeah.
So.
Although they are only playable in Legacy and Vintage, so they're not really playable.
Well, when they came out, they would have been playable in.
No, because they never went into Standard, and for a long time they weren't even in other formats.
Huh.
The only very playable card is Imperial Seal, which is a reprint of Vampiric Tutor, and they're both Imperial Seal and Vampiric Tutor are restricted in Vintage, but you can have one of each.
Yikes. Okay, well,
Yeah.
I learned something.
You did. And then there's some other 3-color dragons.
Yeah.
Alright, what else you got? This is the first foil one you have in your binder.
Oh, yeah.
The Rorix. There are previous foil ones, you just don't have them in.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about on this page, or just some more cool dragons?
I think this is just some more cool dragons.
Alright. So moving into the modern era now, where they start to have the modern border.
So this is the first time that we see these guys.
Yeah, Yosei, Keiga, Kokusho, Ryusei, and Ugin.
Yeah. So I don't have all of them from Kamigawa, but I do have different versions that show up later. Possibly my favorite set of dragons.
They've had a lot of printings, but they're very, very cool dragons.
And some of the printings, they haven't even been the whole set, right? It's been...
I think so. In I know Kokusho was in From the Vaults, and I think maybe they showed up in Commander, possibly. I don't remember. I'm not 100% sure on that. I might be making that up.
Okay.
I think it may have just been Kokusho on his own. That one
I mean,
time.
that makes sense. Yeah. Kokusho is Kokusho.
He was definitely the most playable one. Especially when the old legend rule was in play. He was nuts. Alright, so you got some Niv Mizzets there. And
yeah.
You like Niv Mizzet.
I mean, you have to love Niv Mizzet. He's a very smart dragon. And this one in particular, I don't know if he's really going to show up.
I'll put a better picture of him up. Because you like the flavor text.
So yeah, his flavor text, it looks like a mathematical equation, but it really just is kind of a fancy way of spelling out Niv Mizzet.
If you turn it sideways.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cute.
Yeah. There's another Niv Mizzet down there.
Yeah, he's the same art but bigger.
Yeah. He was a Champs promo. He's a tournament promo. And then this guy was kind of special.
I think he was just one of my favorite foils.
Well, he was one of the ones that we got from GP Liverpool.
Oh yeah. So we what did we earn all our tickets on? Is it Two-Headed Giant?
Two-Headed Giant and drafting Ultimate Masters.
So we went and played at Liverpool. I played a little bit, which was fun.
Yeah.
And then we spent all of our tickets on dragons, including this beautiful rhyme scale dragon who is gorgeous.
Yeah. We were visiting my family in England for the whole of December, and we went down to play GP at the time.
Highly recommend.
Well, visiting my family. Don't know about that.
Well, just visiting England
Going
for a
England.
month.
That's
if
fair.
you're not from England, if you're from England.
Yeah. Alright, keep going.
Okay.
So those are the Planar Chaos Dragons, so they're the wedge-coloured rather than the arc-coloured of the other dragons that keep showing up.
I do like Oros quite a bit. He's a
Luckily, there's a lot of printings of Oros out there.
I like his colors. So he's pretty special.
Yeah, Tark's Bladewing.
So he's the only dragon that got a future shifted printing.
Yeah.
Which is this weird nonsense going on that I can't even really tell what his mana cost is.
It's red, red, red too.
If you say so.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is the From the Vaults dragons. Where do they end?
Most of them. So they end here, and I think they start in this gap on the previous page.
Okay. Well, we didn't have any on the previous page to talk about.
There's a couple missing.
So, this is the only time in the binder we've included non-creature.
Non-creature, non-planeswalker dragons with this enchantment, just because, you know, it felt kind of silly missing out a From the Vaults card when it was a dragon themed.
Right. And I do have other From the Vaults.
Well, you have a sealed copy
Yeah.
of the From the Vaults dragon.
So, we have all of them somewhere, just
But
working
we're not
on
going to
getting them all
open them to
into
put
the
them in the
binder.
binder,
Yeah.
Nicol Bolas from the Vaults was another one we got at GP Liverpool.
Oh, yeah.
And now he's out the way, finishing the rest of it should be not very expensive comparatively.
Kokusho. We still need to get.
We still need Kokusho for that one, yeah.
Other than that, though, that should be pretty, not too bad.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright, so Treva on this page, the renewer, I don't know if you can really see it down
Again,
here.
I'll put another picture up so people can see it a bit better.
But he has a Pro Tour stamp.
Because he was a promo for attending the Pro Tour.
He's not the only dragon for attending the Pro Tour, but he's the only one I have.
Yeah. more on the other one later. But they don't do that anymore. They don't give out promos for going to the Pro Tour anymore.
I'm kind of okay with that.
If they kept doing dragons, it would be really annoying.
Look, there's Trevor again.
There's Trevor again. Got some other cool stuff in here.
Yeah, see, there's another Ryusei kind of.
Oh yeah, Ryusei. Yeah, so he should. That's I think that's arch enemy rather than commander. But okay, Ryusei showed up on his own.
There we go.
The Skitherix. You like Skitherix?
I do like Skitherix. Is he the only Infect dragon?
I believe so. Yeah, Infect was not around for very long. They made it, and then they were like, "Oh, this is really powerful."
We probably shouldn't use this. So yeah, he's a good boy.
Yeah. This is stuff from a dual deck Knights versus Dragons. So you have, I believe this is all of them that you have.
Okay.
We don't have a sealed Knights versus Dragons yet.
Someday.
There's Oros again.
Yeah.
And Phantasmal Dragon. You like Phantasmal Dragon?
I do like Phantasmal Dragon, especially the foil one. The foiling on, like, the way he's just kind of see-through, it's just such a good-looking card.
And he's a Dragon Illusion, so he's going to be a little bit see-through.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably the worst condition card in your binder. That foil Balefire Dragon has seen better days.
Well, I mean, the Zodiac might be worse, but...
Maybe. I guess it's just more prominent when it's got a black border with huge white chunks taken out of it.
Yeah. Yikes.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
A foil
He's
Nicol
the
Bolas.
first Planeswalker in the binder.
Yep. You don't have the original.
Yeah, well, I don't have a non-foil of him.
You don't have a non-foil, and he's a reprint from Conflux,
Okay.
I believe it was. So you don't have his original printing yet either. But
We'll get there.
yeah. There's Kager again.
Yeah.
This the second time they've all shown up together. Was it in the first Modern Masters?
I think so. That sounds right.
You have a couple from that set.
Yeah, Ryusei and Ugin.
Yeah, but not as many.
I do like all the dragon eggs too, and whelps. Just kind of a way of showing that the dragons are...
Also, hatchlings are tiny baby dragons.
Yeah, like, there's just more dragons.
So many dragons. So this is a cool page where not very much is missing from the double page, but they're expensive.
Yeah, so these are both Ugin.
Yeah.
This one's foil, so of course he's going to be expensive. And then this one is an alternate art promo.
From the pre-release. So
I remember opening one of those pre-release packs and being very sad.
that you didn't hit the little 1 in 20 odd chance of getting it.
Yeah.
And then this guy is a foil from the original Conspiracy. He's just had a foil reprint in the Mystery Booster, so I think his original print in foil went down a little bit, but not by much. But the Ugins are now the only thing you still need from Fates Reforged. Fate Reforged?
Fate Reforged.
Fate Reforged.
Hopefully soon.
We'll see. So there's some more stuff. Fate Reforged, the first full double spread.
It might be one of only about 2.
Yeah, there's not too many where you have the full double page finished, but
it's a lot harder with the 4 binder.
yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, this is a beautiful page.
So these were all the original printings of these dragons who show up again in the next set. So you have the regular, the foil, and the pre-release version of all of them, and Tarkir gets an extra bonus version for some reason.
It's a Tarka.
Yeah, I guess.
And this was just after I started playing, so
yeah.
I have a lot of fond memories of these dragons.
There's another double page done, because we move into Dragons of Tarkir. Which you still need a few more, but, you know, you're making pretty good progress.
Yeah. I like Thunderbreak. Is that the one we have the big poster of?
Maybe. Yeah, that's correct. Missing his pre-release version, though. And missing a few of the Dragon Lords.
Yeah. But this is close to a full spread.
It is, and it will be a lot cheaper to finish than the one that needs 2 Ugins. And then those are again just a few more dragon
A couple
ones.
more, yeah. This was a good set, but it had many, many dragons.
It was called Dragons of Tarkir. There's a page that should be relatively cheap to finish.
Yeah. Foil Hellkite Charger, foil Niv Mizzet.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be too bad.
So that goes up to card number 480.
Okay.
Not in the collection, but
But,
where it will be in the binder.
gotcha.
And then the front page of the next one's full, which is nice.
Yeah.
Jamoka got herself another printing. And these were 2 of the ones that you just added to pass the 500 mark, I think.
Okay, cool.
So we filled that page.
Yeah. That helped. That got us there.
Yeah. I think now it's something like 501 or 502.
Just barely. He's quite nice.
Foil World Gorger Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have the original printing of that one yet either. But
But if you're gonna only have one, the foil is.
yeah. I mean, the
probably
original
the way to go.
printing had a foil too, which was, I think, very expensive.
I believe that.
Banned in Legacy for a while, World Gorger Dragon, because you could just draw the game with it.
Seems fun.
Keep turning those pages, we have a lot to get through.
I love Glorybringer.
Me too, Glory Ring is a very good magic card. So this is where we hit a point where the binder actually needs a little bit of rearranging. Because this is the Commander 2017 dragon deck that had a ton of dragons in it. So when I was coming up with the list, I just threw everything in alphabetical order rather than number order. So we'll have to go back and sort through those at some point. But let's get them all first.
Yeah, I think that's fine. While we're trying to get them all, it makes it a little bit easier to know.
And again, you have the sealed deck of this one. We just haven't opened it to put them in the binder because you want to keep it sealed.
Yeah. So,
It's Ryusei again. Hey, speaking of... Oh, I was going to say speaking of Ryusei again, but no, he's on the next page. No. Well, you're at Iconic Masters, and we see the Kamigawa dragons again, with new art this time.
yeah. Did they all get new art for this? I don't actually remember.
Yeah, they did.
Okay. So we got, well, I got the Yosei, Keiga,
Ryusei
and Ugin, not Kokusho, from a friend who attended HasCon. And then he was also able to pick up some of the kind of exclusive like playmat deck box with Yosei art on it.
Yeah.
So
Those are somewhere. If we knew where they were, we could have put that out, but it's in the box of playmats.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in a stack of playmats somewhere.
Yeah. So, what we got next? That's
There's Ryusei.
even more, just more iconic. Iconic had a lot of dragons in it.
Dragons are iconic.
Yeah. And then we hit another Masters set immediately afterwards with Masters 25.
Yeah.
And then some Dominaria, I think that's a Commander Anthology right afterwards.
Okay.
Some Battle Bond.
I just like the pictures.
And then the original Elder Dragons got new cards.
Oh yeah. And they're quite nice upgrades, I think.
And the original Nicol Bolas was pretty playable in its time.
Well, art-wise.
Okay.
I think a lot of them look much better than they did in their previous printings.
Speaking of Nicol Bolas.
So yeah, speaking of Nicol Bolas. So this is a double-sided card. This is the regular version, and this is the foil version.
So they're in like that, so that you can see both arts. And then the pre-release one, you'll put creature side up because the pre-release stamp
that's where the stamp is.
only on that side.
Mm-hmm. It's nice to be able to see the Planeswalker side, though.
Yeah, I think it was a good way of doing it for the binder. Alright, then we have some other stuff. We've got a new form of Niv Mizzet too.
Mm-hmm. Perun.
Then
Oh, he's neat.
it's like you forgot you had him.
He's he was a box topper, right?
Yeah, from Ultimate Masters.
Okay.
Each box had one sealed card on top of the box that was one of 40 different extended art.
Oh yeah, I
cards.
remember that. Those little packs.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there we go.
You got that.
I got there.
In Skog and Hellkite, you have both the promo versions, but none of the regular set versions yet.
Whoops.
Yeah, so these are some of the latest dragons. We've been neglecting picking up the singles because there was always a chance we were going to end up trading with people at F&M and stuff, so we held off on those, and now there's no F&M, so we need to go ahead and pick them up.
Yeah. But we have still a few of them.
This huge gap is because of Mystery Booster, because Mystery Booster has a ton of dragons in it, but we've only picked up like 3 or 4 right now.
Because Mystery Boosters are kind of expensive, aren't they?
Yeah, so it's going to be just easier for us to get the single dragons.
So this guy was...
Secret Lair.
Secret Lair, thank you for reminding me what that was called. So he came with 2 other promos?
Yeah, 2 other cards. They were all multicolored cards. That was the theme of that Secret Lair.
Okay. And then, so with that Secret Lair, I had a 1 in 5 chance of getting this guy, Nicol Bolas Dragon God, and thankfully just managed to pull him.
Yeah, hit the 1 in 5 chance, which was really good because otherwise he would have been annoyingly expensive to pick up.
Yeah, so we decided to pick up the Secret Lair, and I do not regret it. That was a good choice.
Yeah.
And then
you got this guy's one of the foils from Mystery Booster.
Okay.
They're separated because Mystery Booster came out first at conventions with the non-foils, and then the store edition had 2 foil dragons, so they come there. Then you got Sprite Dragon.
Yeah, so I love this Sprite Dragon, and there's another Sprite Dragon that's based off of some Godzilla
Godzilla
creature.
flying pet thing.
And I don't like it as much, but we'll get one because it's a dragon.
We get 2. We'll have to get a foil one as well.
Get a foil one as well.
Yep.
Because it's a dragon. But that's all the ones we have so far.
Yep, so that's it for your 500 dragons.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some more cool stuff at the back of the binder if you want to show it off.
I do. Show these guys.
So this is some tokens.
Yeah, a lot of them are from sets, but then there are a couple that are from artists that I've picked up at GPs or other events that we've gone to.
Yes, there's a few which are the artists, have them printed and sell. This one is fully customized. It's a dragon, a wolf, and a fox. That was by Johannes Voss. That one was very cool.
This is the one from...
from the original Hascon promo box that had the Transformers card, the Nerf gun card, and the Sword of Dungeons and Dragons. And the dragon got reprinted in the 3rd unset, Unhinged, but this is the original Hascon version.
Was it a foil in Unhinged?
The token? I think so. I don't know if you have one somewhere.
I'm sure we do.
Yeah. The tokens are much, much less sorted and documented than all the rest of the dragons.
Yeah.
And then the final page.
There we go. So these are all artist proofs.
Except this.
Except for him. Yeah, he's a special guy. So I'm going to take this one out real quick from the correct side. And you can see there's nothing on the back. So these are all cards. Mostly I've picked up, again, from GPs or events. A couple that you've picked up for me.
Yeah. So artist proofs are given out to the artist that does the artwork for the card. They're given normally 50 of every non-foil they get, 30 of every foil, and they will often sell them at events like GPs and stuff. So the only one that wasn't signed for you was Fire Dragon, which I got already signed. The Covetous Dragon came already signed when I bought it, but then you got Arcade Post to re-sign it.
Cause I'm like that.
Yeah. And then the rest you bought and got signed for you.
Yeah. And then he's from a Final Fantasy card game that came out in Japan.
But uses Shivan Dragon's artwork for some reason.
Yeah, they used, there were a couple of different cards as I was doing research that used Magic the Gathering art, but that was the only dragon, so we picked him up.
So that is the binder. So, Lauren, what are the ones that you're wanting to pick up?
So as we were going through, we mentioned the alternate art Ugin from the pre-release booster thing
Yeah, the Ugin's Fate Booster.
So he's a big one. He's a big, expensive one.
Yeah.
One of the other ones, I showed off the intet at the end. That's the artist proof. And I don't actually have a regular intet from any of the
printings.
Yeah.
It's been very weird that just they've always been out of stock whenever I've been buying new dragons. It's very strange.
And she's a very pretty dragon. I talked to the artist a little bit about her when I was getting the card signed, and you know, got a really good appreciation of her artwork there.
Yeah.
Other than that, Alpha Dragon Whelp would be good.
It's a bit cheaper than Alpha Shivan Dragon.
I mean, I love Alpha Shivan Dragon, but having that first card slot out of the way, I do that with Pokemon as well. Like, getting the first thing
it's always
is
nice.
Always a big one. We talked about Pro Tour Treva.
Yeah.
So getting the other Pro Tour Dragon, the Eternal Dragon, would be really nice. I don't actually remember what the art looks like on that.
I think the art's been used later in some other cards. I think you have one with the same art.
Okay. But I generally like the Eternal Dragon art. He's a very, pale looking dragon.
It was reprinted again in the 2020 Commander decks that just came out. So you'll be getting a version of that probably pretty soon too.
Okay. But Pro Tour stamp is
definitely
a big deal. And then we talked about Skitherix, the Infect Dragon. And I really like his art as well, and I want a foily Skitherix.
Yeah, so that's those 5 you would really like to add as singles, and then finishing some of the sets, like finishing Dragons of Tarkir, finishing the From the Vaults, finishing the sets of Kamigawa dragons in the different forms. But that is over 500 dragons now.
Yep.
I'm sure we'll film a video in the slightly distant future when you hit 600.
Slightly, he says.
Yeah. There's currently, 770 odd dragons, including the planeswalkers and stuff that you actually want to get. Some of them obviously completely ridiculous, not going to get for a long time. But, we just have to work through the rest. We'll keep updating as we go.
And eventually, I'm going to have 100%.
Eventually, when we both get much, much better jobs and can buy Summer Magic Shivan Dragons. Yeah. Alright, so that was Laura's binder. Or binders of dragons.
Soon to be 3. Soonish to be 3.
Soonish. I mean, we've still got we've got some time before it hits the 3rd binder. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing that. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing some of Laura's collection. Let us know what you thought in the comments. Do you guys like dragons? Do you guys have any dragons in particular that, you really like if you have a collection? And as always, we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Check out some more videos right here.
And don't forget to subscribe for more awesome Pokemon content from DJ Gigabyte.
Gotta catch 'em all!